Hey guys, it's Wine, Music, and Games, episode 57. We've got a cool little salad-esque game, an awesome, fantastic, classic Christmas album, because we're getting near there, and we go to Greece for our wine this time. Stay tuned. So how you doing, honey bunch?
I'm doing great. How are you, dear?
I'm doing fantastic. You're looking all Christmassy. That's very nice. All right, that's
I
good.
definitely am in the mood already.
Hope you guys are doing well. Remember, before we get started, subscribe, hit the bell to make sure that you're notified when we have a new episode coming out. And so, hey, let's get started. What's the wine this time?
Well, this is a wine from Skouras. I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's from the grape Moscofilero. And I guess Skouras would be the region that it is in Greece. So Greece white wines tend to really work with Mediterranean style foods, which are really good, which makes a whole lot of sense. So they usually have some minerality, some citrus flavors, things that would go well with the sea usually. And this one is delicious. Yeah. It has a little bit of a floralness to it, but the minerality and the citrus also come through. Yeah. So it's really a nice white wine. If you haven't had wine from Greece, you should definitely try them because they've been around for a long, long time, right?
Yeah, they certainly have.
Because
they find amphors on the bottom of the Mediterranean that still had wine remnants in them. So yeah,
and they didn't get the phylloxera virus, right?
That's true. So yeah, on some of the islands.
So some of the islands were, these wines have been around a long time.
They're ancient.
They're ancient, and they taste really good and very different from any white wine you could ever get in the United States.
Definitely.
So I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, and we're always looking for interesting things to try. So it was like Greek wine. Oh,
let's try it. Their price point tends to be pretty nice too. This was only less than $15.
That's great.
So yeah, that's really great for this bottle. Yeah.
All right, so our music this time is probably my favorite Christmas album of all time. I grew up, this came out as a cartoon first, and Dad was a lover of jazz. So the Charlie Brown Christmas from the Vince Guaraldi Trio is just phenomenal. And so this just came out as a new reissue in a record store. And pretty. Check out where it is. Woo! We got the peppermint. All right.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, it is great. I mean, it has everything from your Linus and Lucy track, which is the theme song, if you will, from Charlie Brown's the Peanuts characters, and then the kids singing Christmas Time is Here, and O Tannenbaum, all of this stuff. Yeah, it's just
very beautiful. Yeah.
And it's great to have on in the background. This, for me, putting this album on is like, boom, Christmas. Yeah. All right, it's here. So, Vince Guaraldi Trio, Charlie Brown Christmas. Pick it up. Put it, stream it. Do what you need to do.
Yeah,
Get it out there.
Definitely listen to it.
Yeah.
Of course. It's wonderful. And it totally reminds me of my childhood because I look forward to watching that.
Right. And we could only, it used to be back in, because we're olds, it would be like one time a year on CBS, like right after Thanksgiving. We'd be like, oh, gotta watch it tonight. The Charlie Brown Christmas is on.
It was a big deal. Now, of course, you can see things over and over and over again. Exactly. But we saw it over and over again. But just once a year.
Exactly. Now our game, I'm thinking, we are always looking for not only the heavier, meatier games that we love as gamer games, but we're also looking for games that we want to share with the family and with friends when they're coming over. And so we really think this is probably the best game that we got this year that's kind of a family oriented or, non-gamery type friends and point salad. Okay, AEG and is the publisher on this. Yes, AEG, and this is a trio of designers, and it is just a deck of cards, but it is all about collecting your different vegetables, 6 different vegetables, And on the back of every single card is a different type of scoring that you can do. So you are either drafting a couple of veggies that are available in the tableau or one of the scoring ways to score. And you can never turn a veggie back over to its scoring side, but you can if you're like, oh no, I have a scoring that makes it so that, did I get one out here that was a negative? I don't think I got a negative. But some of them, for example, will have, oh, so say here's one. So here's one that's scoring, if you have an even number of tomatoes, you get a certain score, or an odd number of tomatoes, you get a lesser score. Well, say you've got this score, notice it has tomatoes, I could flip it over, and now I could get back to my higher scoring tomatoes. So really fun little game.
It's an amazing game, actually, because there's so many potential scoring options, and you score all of them.
Yeah.
So it's not like you just pick one or something like that. So anytime you get one of these cards, you have the potential to score them, because the vegetables can be used more than once.
Yes.
But the way that they flip over is very cool, because you might really need certain vegetables. But maybe you want the scoring card, but if you take a vegetable from the column in which the scoring card is, that one then just flips over to its vegetable side. So you could see what vegetable it's going to come.
Exactly.
But you're also thinking, what did other people want?
Oh, yeah.
I cannot win the game at all.
That's not true. You've won more than once.
I don't think so.
It's
very fun, though. I do love it.
I keep record. I'm sure I have proof of win by Shelley.
I think every two-player plays, and it works really well two-player, which is interesting.
Yeah, and it scales up to 6, which is really cool,
and we've also played it with 4, and it worked fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's a great game.
So Point Salad, this is Molly Johnson, Robert Melvin, and Shawn Stankewich. We talked about this on the podcast earlier, a few podcasts ago. So if you want to hear a more detailed rundown, you can switch over to the audio podcast. But Point Salad from AEG, really solid game for 2 to 6. Awesome stocking stuffer, or slip it under the tree. Get this one, definitely.
Definitely, you should get that one.
All right, let's run through again. What do we got for wine again?
This is from Skouras. It's called, the grape is called Moscofilero, and the region from Greece is Skouras. Nice minerality, little fruit, nice citrus. It would be perfect for any Mediterranean food.
Hey, if you got your cheese plate out, this would be
very good
really
with that
good
too.
with that.
Yeah,
right?
because of the slight floral, but also the mouthfeel on it is really great, and it would hold up with cheese.
Yeah. All right. Again, time to pull out this album. If you don't have it already, get it streaming. Vince Guaraldi Trio, Charlie Brown Christmas. Watch the cartoon too. It really is. Some would say dated, but it's certainly not that fast-paced anime type stuff. It's very slow moving and beautiful, and it fits the music, and the music is just gorgeous. Wonderful stuff. And finally, Point Salad from AEG and Molly Johnson, Robert Melvin, and Shawn Stankewich. Wonderful game for 2 to 6 players. Definitely worth your time. Great entry-level game that you could play at over the holidays. Great time to do it. Yep. All right, get your vegetables. That's all for this time. Remember, you can support us on patreon.com/Garrett's Games. And of course, as always, we come out every week on Tuesday with a video and every Sunday with our podcast. So head over to garrettsgames.com if you want to listen to the podcast. And you guys have an amazing week. Take care. Bye.